What the heck's the T-Riffic show? It appears to be a thing where the style keeps changing. First you laugh, then you feel, then you sing, then you think.
Wait, all that in one show?
Yes,
That's insane.
exactly.
You're doing a skit, got jokes to spit, so you wing it. That's absurd. You throw a pun, a slapstick run, and rhyme each silly word. Who would watch a guy in socks trip over props for fun? Apparently, everyone, because it's a comedy where laughter writes the melody with goofy gags and pratfall tags and punchlines flying faster than the flags. Silly faces, weird embraces, nothing's quite as freeing as a comedy. But what if the jokes get tired and the crowd's desire turns low? You grab a pen, you sigh again, and turn the lights down slow. Now hearts are breaking softly, the spotlight fades to blue. It's a balladry where words are painted tenderly with whispered chords and soft rewards and feelings floating gently through the chords. One tear, one truth, one soul set free. That's the poetry of balladry. But wait, what's that sound? A beat, a groove, a key change born to move. We got rhythm in our veins, and the crowd begins to sway again. It's a musical, a jam so bright it's beautiful, with riffs that pop and hearts that bop, and everyone claps till the beat won't stop. Snap your fingers, feel that vibe. We're alive inside this musical. And when the music fades away and laughter's had its time, we settle down to stories told in meter, prose, or rhyme. For every giggle, every tear has led to something true. It's a chronicle of dreams that grow ironical, with twists and turns and lessons learned and tales that make your spirit burn. One heart, one mic, one soul to share. It's life retold in chronicle flair. A comedy, a balladry, a musical, a chronicle sincere. From laughs to feels, from beats to tales, the T-Riffic show prevails. Get a dazzling, heartfelt truth and giggle, show it all.
Hello, my T-Riffic friends. Welcome back to the T-Riffic Show. Tonight we are diving into self-discovery and the chaotic hilarity that happens. The hilarious chaos that happens when your reflection starts showing truths about yourself that you were not quite ready to face yet. And speaking of which, our first performer on this episode knows a little thing or two about awkward honesty.
Let me tell you something. Dating apps have humbled me in ways life itself never could. Like, life will challenge you, but dating apps will introduce you to you. And I was not prepared for that. Because I downloaded it feeling confident. I said, you know what? Let me just see what's out there. That was my first mistake. Because what's out there is also looking at you. That's the part nobody tells you. And apparently, I am not a first-round draft pick. I thought I was at least top 5. I'm somewhere in the we'll circle back category. So I'm swiping, right? Left, left, left. Then I stop like, okay, I can be a little more open-minded. Swipe right. Like I just made a commitment. I don't even know him, but now I feel responsible. I'm not ready for that kind of pressure. Then you match. And that's when the real confusion starts. Because now it's like, okay, you like me? Explain. Because I need to know what you saw. Was it the smile? The lighting? Was you scrolling too fast? Be honest. So now you gotta message them, and everybody tries to be smooth. Nobody's smooth. We all out here typing, deleting, typing again, trying to sound casual. That little smile? That smile doing too much work. That smile is holding the entire conversation together. Without that smile, hey feels aggressive. So now you waiting, because you sent it, and now your whole mood is tied to 3 dots. You ever stared at your phone like, come on, type something, I know you alive. And then they reply, fast, too fast. Now I'm nervous again. Because why are you available like this? What's wrong with you? Healthy people take time. So now we talking, and everything is going fine, which is suspicious. Because nothing on a dating app should go smoothly. That's not the brand. Then suddenly, they stop replying. No warning, no explanation, just gone. Like they got drafted into a war I don't know about. And now I'm sitting there like, did I say something? So you reread the conversation, line by line, like it's a crime scene. Okay, I said haha, maybe that was too much laughter. Then I asked a question, maybe I was too curious. Then I breathed, maybe that was the problem. So now I'm spiraling. And that's when I pull out the mirror. Because dating apps will have you reflecting. Not emotionally, literally. You just sitting there like, all right, let's see what the issue is. And then you realize something. It's not even about them anymore. It's about you trying to figure out why you weren't picked. And that's the trap. Because rejection on a dating app feels like a performance review. Like somebody evaluated you and didn't leave feedback. At least tell me something, give me notes, work on eye contact, less enthusiasm, stop caring immediately, help me improve. But no, they just disappear. And now I'm sitting here, holding a conversation with my reflection. And the worst part? My reflection got opinions, looking back at me like, yeah, we gotta do better. I said we? Oh, now it's a team? You was quiet when I hit download. Now you got critiques? But you know what I learned? Sometimes it's not rejection. Sometimes it's just redirection to somebody who actually knows how to text back. Because I refuse to be emotionally invested in somebody who types like they're on dial-up. But I will say this before I go. If I ever match with myself, I'm swiping right immediately. Because at least I know I'm gonna respond. Eventually. Probably.
Give it up once more for Lena Lark, y'all. The digital age of dating can be brutal and somehow hilarious at the same time. And these ghosting moments can give us a mirror to reflect on who we are, who we want to be, and just why our hearts keep logging in. Our poet happens to be an expert in turning awkward moments into magical moments and digital disasters into something beautiful, tender, and introspective.
I stare at glass, a mirror pixelated, light from pings that never get activated. Each little blue dot drums a quiet beat, reminding me the world is still, discreet. I type, delete, then type once more. Fingers hover like birds near the shore. Each letter shivers as if it knows the silence will linger where nobody goes. I see myself in mirrors that bend, the hopeful me whose smiles pretend. The anxious me, all hunched and tight, the one who laughs alone at night. Each message unanswered folds into a plea, then folds again, asking silently, who am I versus who I wish to be? Origami hearts that won't hold free. Yet in the quiet where no pings ring, I lean close, let my own breath sing. Watching my reflection slowly move, learning to honor each awkward groove. I trace the lines of my face with care, memorizing valleys, peaks laid bare. A self that vanishes, then comes again, returning softly from where it's been. Without alerts or the world's loud cheer, without confirmation that someone's near. I find a courage that no like can give, a steady warmth in the way I live. I scroll through silence, through empty space, through inboxes untouched, a digital place. My thumb taps a rhythm that answers me, finding worth in this quiet decree. Self-love is a message you always send, a note to yourself that will not bend. Reading it, replying with gentle might, yes, I see you. You're enough tonight. Even if awkward, even if torn, even if ghosted, left forlorn, even if it takes 1,000 pings before your reflection finally sings. And maybe, just maybe, that's enough. No more alerts, no world's loud bluff. The only notifications we truly need are the ones our own hearts read.
And now, we step into musical reflection. Have you ever texted someone that you met on a dating app, or just someone you love, or like, in general, for weeks, thought the vibe was perfect, and then shh, silence. No explanation, no last word, just digital darkness. Tonight's music segment captures that heartbreak and self-reflection feeling perfectly.
We talked for weeks, the vibe was right. Then silence fell like endless night. No reason given, no final line. Ghosted again, it's all by design.
Thank you, Neon Echo. That was brilliant. You see, music can sometimes teach us that mirrors are not just for looks. They are for the heart, the soul, and yes, the inbox too. And now, friends, we bring you a story about reflection, identity, and discovering who you are when someone else disappears.
Vanessa loved communication. Not casually, not sometimes. She thrived on it. Emails, texts, DMs, all forms of modern connection fascinated her. She delighted in the ping of a notification, the familiar vibration of her phone, the little green bubble that meant someone was thinking of her. She believed in dialogue, in reciprocation, in witty banter that bounced between hearts like a ping-pong ball. Every message was a performance and a promise. Her words carefully chosen, her emojis perfectly placed, her tone balanced between clever and warm. Then came Leo. Leo who responded quickly. Leo who laughed at her jokes. Leo, who reacted to her memes with exactly the right emoji. Leo, who could write entire paragraphs without sounding scripted. For 3 glorious weeks, it was seamless. Every conversation felt electric, like they had a private current running through the text threads. Every notification made her heart skip. Every reply confirmed that yes, this person saw her, this person mattered. And then, nothing. No text. No, sorry, busy. No explanation. Just silence. Her phone became a black hole, swallowing her confidence, sucking light out of her room, making her reflection in the dark screen look like a stranger she almost knew. She stared at it. Who am I if I am not chosen? Why does his absence echo louder than my own heartbeat? That night, the dream came, Leo as a literal ghost. Transparent, hovering over her shoulder, typing slowly, deliberately, then vanishing before she could see the message. His figure flickered like a bad connection, smiling, unreadable, absent. In the dream, Vanessa confronted him. Why didn't you answer? The ghost tilted its head, its voice barely audible, like a notification in a crowded room. I am not the one who defines your worth. She woke up, heart hammering, the moonlight cutting slivers across her bedroom. Her reflection stared back, anxious, confused, slightly dramatic, but undeniably hers. She studied it. The subtle curve of her mouth, the faint crease between her brows, the way her chest rose and fell, all hers. I can be here, she whispered to herself, in my own life, fully, without him. And she believed it. From that day forward, Vanessa still typed. She still messaged. She still connected with people. She still laughed at clever jokes. She still sent emojis and paragraphs and thoughts out into the digital universe. But she remembered her own heartbeat first. Every silent inbox, every ghosted chat, every unread message became a mirror of her own courage. A reminder that she had already replied to the most important person, herself. Somewhere in the universe, Leo probably forgot his phone existed. And that was okay, because Vanessa didn't need him to respond. She already had answered herself. She already knew her worth. She already knew her presence mattered. And she could carry that through every ping, every notification, every echoing silence that might come her way. She closed her eyes, breathed in, and smiled. She was still connected, just on her own terms, and somehow that felt like magic.
Remember, my T-Riffic friends, sometimes mirrors will reflect you, sometimes they will reflect someone else. And sometimes the silence in a message or the absence of a reply teaches you that your value is not dependent on being chosen by somebody else. And when these moments come for you, do these things. Laugh at it, learn from it, even dance it off to an 80s synth pop anthem if necessary. And most importantly, I emphasize, please, stay terrific.